Once you're in your 30s, you know you're never going to be a child star, which was my ultimate dream. But now I know that's never going to happen. I'm kind of like relaxed about it, you know. Hi, I'm Eli Matthewson. This is Comedian's Cook, and today I'm cooking Earl Grey bread and butter pudding. Let's do it. First step is preheat the oven to 180 degrees on bake and grease and line a loaf tin. What does line? Does line mean baking powder? Because ultimately, we don't have that. So I'm going to grease this tin. Enthrallingly, this is the only moment that butter is used in the recipe. Okay. Second step, pour the cream and the milk into a saucepan and stir in the Earl Grey tea. Now we stir in the sugar and the vanilla extract as well. The battery is so low that I'm going to try and pour this very fast. That is so much. This is going to kill someone. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Heat the mixture through until not quite simmering and leave at this temperature for 10 minutes so the tea can infuse. I guess what makes me unique as a comedian is that I think I'm one of the youngest people doing as many dad jokes as I do, while also doing a lot of jokes about jizz. That's bad, isn't it? But I do have a joke about whether, like, when you have a good orgasm, does that mean it would have made a better quality kid? If I was to have a child, I see myself like Elton Johning it, in terms of like having a kid when I'm like 58. And I'd love a kid who's just like just gets on with it. From age 1, walks to the cupboard, makes himself dinner. I guess I want an adult. To eat this is in no way good for your body. But, oi, Martin, you're not allowed up there, are you? You know? No. He hasn't learned any rules yet. Carefully pour the milk cream mixture in a thin stream into the egg mixture. She never says what to do with the eggs. I'm guessing we whisk together the eggs and then pour the milk into the eggs. So nice of you to provide all the ingredients. Imagine if you showed up and they were battery farm eggs. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. A thin stream is a weird instruction as well, because it's like, how am I supposed to control the size of the stream? Doing a pretty good job, actually. Hack up the chocolate. Look, I've had multiple 5-star reviews, not to brag, but I got a 4-star review in Chortle, which is notoriously a tough review site, and they said I should be doing live at the Apollo. And I was like, thanks guys, that's very nice of you. And then I was like, I'm gonna go over to the UK and be a star. And then ultimately there was a pandemic and I'm here making Earl Grey bread and butter pudding for these happy people in the room. Dip each piece into the creamy egg tea mixture. And then we're gonna make layers, and in between each layer, a bit of dark chocolate and a bit of the almonds. Love a bit of texture. It almost feels sexual, that, eh? But it's not sexual, it's just textural. And obviously at the end you want your hands to look like you ran out of toilet paper. Yuck! This is the best bit. Waiting. This was a present for my 30th birthday, is this figure of Robin in his tiny green Speedos with his bare legs, which is how he should be portrayed in the films. Wouldn't that be so good if it was like full Christopher Nolan and then Robin showed up in this exact outfit? Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary friends, welcome to the Earl Grey bread and butter pudding experience. Oh. Look at that. It looks a mess, but I think that's bread and butter pudding in general. Yum. Crusty, delicious croissants, drenched in eggs and tea.